how's everyone doing? Good to see you all. What's going on in the comments? Amy, I think, were you first in the comments? I'd thought someone else was, but first in the comments again. Well done. 3 days in a row now. Good evening. Remember to hit that like button. Yep, you tell them, Amy. You tell them. Michael, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Monday. Oh, God. I forgot it was Monday. It's all right. That's a bit of a conversation between Amy and Michael. Who else we got? Steve, mate, how you doing? Good to see you. Michael Cope's in the house. Steve Harris is in the house. Amy, good to see you. Fancy seeing you here. Maggie Harris, lovely to see you. What's everyone been up to today? Have you had a good day? It's been sunny today, hasn't it? Hi, Mum. Have I missed you again? No. Were you in the comments before that? I don't think you were. Anyway. Lovely to see everyone. What's everyone been doing today? Out or not? So I've just finished sound check with Jon, and he's just put in perspective of how terrible I am at the loop station in comparison to people that can actually play the thing. He was just doing a great cover that he says he's just learned, and it's sounding absolutely incredible. I cannot wait for you guys to hear it. Also, I'd just like to say thank you very much for everyone that's ordered a t-shirt and pre-ordered the new ones and also bought these ones. Anyone else that's bought these ones, I'll be doing a second postal drop sometime this week. As for the pre-orders, they'll be getting ordered tomorrow. So if there's any specific sizes that you want, then get them in, because obviously once I've put the orders in, that I'm limited to what stock I have. Aside from that, also we've had the first person to enter the draw for the festival, which is awesome. Not really pushed that yet, but April Steele, dedicated, she's entered the draw. So the draw for the festival basically is see it as like a ticket for the actual event, but really it's not. You've got a 1 in 4 chance of winning like bundles of merch throughout the day. So I've got all of the artists to give out or donate an item of merch. So we've got CDs, hats, t-shirts, all sorts of different items, tickets and stuff like that to gigs when they become a thing again. So I mean, yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, April Steele. She's so far in the running to win all four draws. Can you hear the guitar? All right. All right, all right, all right. You can indeed. The draw is on the Big Cartel link, same as the merchandise. like I say, it's a 1 in 4 chance. It's more like, see it as a ticket, purchasing a ticket for a festival. You won't pay such a small price for such quality music normally. But in this case, it's just all going towards the artist and helps live music. You are not pixelated. Yes. Matt, it's 1 in 4 chance. Not a 1 in 4 chance. How is it not? Well, I don't understand. Surely it is. If you win the bundle, then you don't get to win it again. I don't know. Am I confusing the situation here? Once you've won something, you don't get to win again. I don't know. Maybe I need to speak to some mathematicians and see if they can help me here, because I have no idea what I'm on about then, in that case. Did I stutter? Can you hear me loud and clear? No, words don't quite come out. With your hands around my throat, what I'm trying to say is, remember that day I said that I'd never rule you out, but this day has come, so goodbye and farewell. I'm lost for words, to be seen but not heard. I'm lost in this crowded room, full of people I thought I knew. So wait for me to come back down to earth. 'Cause the closer you get, the further away you are. So wait, just breathe, hold your tongue before you speak. So what do you say to push me further away? You're like no other. I'm making me second guess myself. Adding sickness and in health. You'll stand back and watch me choke. 'Cause what I'm trying to say is, remember that day I said that I'd never rule you out, but this day has come, so goodbye and farewell. Behind the charade isn't always what it seems. So wait for me to come back down to earth. 'Cause the closer you get, the further away you are. Tongue before you speak. So what do you say to pushing me further away? Thank you all. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Let's see what Amy said. It did distract me on the first couple of lines, so let's have a. For every 4 people that enter, 1 doesn't win. That depends on how many people that enter. Okay, you have a chance of winning 1 of 4 draws. Is that better? I think I need to reword it. I'm not sure. I've never run a draw, all right? It's the first time for everything, right? How are we doing for time? Oh my God, it's 11 minutes into it. Christ. Right, let's get Jon on because we've got lots to catch up on and we've got some new music from him. Is Jon ready or is he still fixing his guitar? Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. He's not sure. I'm going to give him until he's ready because otherwise you're going to hear all sorts of clicking and stuff. So do you want to give me a proper thumbs up when you're ready, mate? I'm assuming that means yes. Anyways. Okay, so you have 1 of 4. Okay, he's giving me the thumbs up. Saved by the thumbs up there because I was about to talk a load of crap. Here we go. Yo, man, how's it going?
Hey, all right.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for doing this again, man.
No, it's a pleasure.
That's all good. What's going on with the guitar?
It's a jack socket. It's starting to play up a little bit. It's like when you plug it in fully, it's like half in now. I've put loads of gaffer tape around the back. So yeah, hopefully it'll hold out.
Found that sweet
musical.
spot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is just the bane of our lives, right? That's why I don't play my custom built guitar because my jack socket's absolutely knackered as well. So I need to send that off for someone to fix because I have no idea what to do. Anyways, how are you keeping, man? Are you keeping busy?
Yeah, I'm all right.
What's going on? Like, are we in lockdown anymore? What, I don't know what's going on. Anyway,
not really sure. I know I can't gig still, so there's that much.
Well, that's it, yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm just keeping busy in the garden, attempting to build a hot tub in England.
Yes.
Yeah. So
joining the club.
Yeah, it's just finding stuff to do, biding my time, really.
Yeah, man. Well, you are quite handy as well. I've seen your Instagram and stuff. You're putting all sorts of clips up of you. I think we said this last time. You're putting your kids through slave labour and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You'd like to think that you're teaching them, but from people looking in, they're working for free.
Well, we've got to homeschool them, so I'm purely teaching.
Oh yeah,
them. Yeah,
of course, yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Are you getting a chance to play much? Are you playing much music, or you've done a few streams and stuff? Or?
I did when it all kicked off. I sort of like jumped onto the streaming sort of bandwagon, if you will, for quite a few bits. I was doing stuff every few days. Then it sort of went quiet for a couple of weeks, which felt a bit weird. I didn't even sort of play or practice in that couple of weeks or write because I was outside doing all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And just doing other stuff. Yeah, and then I did another one. I think it was last weekend. Clearly out of practice. So yeah, it's just sort of keeping the fires burning when it's a bit difficult to do because we're not gigging, are we?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But yeah, this helps. Shows like this help, and keeps you going a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So in that instance, you're not finding time to write new stuff, or are you? Is it just the live streaming that's suffered?
No, it's probably not so much time. It's probably it's just sort of my mind sort of like elsewhere. Like this garden renovation project is quite it's quite sort of needs a lot of thought.
Intense.
About it. Yeah. So
I saw your picture. It was one you put a picture up saying, "Oh, we're building like a hot tub area," and then you went, "This is slowly turning into like a full garden renovation." Like the whole thing.
Every time I turn around, my wife's dug up another bit of garden. Right, okay.
Fix that
next. Yeah.
Dig up a bit more. Fix that bit too.
But no, it's good. It's something to do while the weather's pretty decent. But,
yeah. It's supposed to be a good
I
weekend as well. This weekend coming.
Yeah. Well, I've got I'm gonna have to sort of like balance. I don't know if you sort of find this balance a bit more time with music and sort of force myself into the music a little bit more. 'Cause it's sort of easy to forget about it, I guess.
Yeah, I think I've because I've been stuck in between the DIY and the music side of stuff for about 2 years now. I've already kind of got a good balance of how to do that, you know. So I've been doing like lots of DIY and lots of music. In fact, I'm probably playing more music than ever still during this lockdown. Like when we're doing this daily live stream, I play every single day. Sometimes I wouldn't pick a guitar up for 4 or 5 days, you know, normally.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
So,
it's one of them as well, isn't it? It's like as soon as if I start a project musically, then my mindset will be on that, and the
yeah, of
garden will get
course, yeah.
finished. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as soon as I finish this sort of stage of the garden, I
Your
can
wife's
then
hiding
allow
your
myself.
guitars, burying them in garden. But you've had time to learn a new cover though, right?
Yeah, this is one
That's
I've
cool.
just been playing about with a few songs. But I'll play one that I played on the last stream. I'll play another one that's off the EP that I wrote last year in the studio, and then I'll do that cover as well. Slip that
Sweet.
in.
Do you want to? Should we jump into a song? Because I find that I waffle on a bit, and then I end up having to rush the guests to play the music. And the whole point is for you guys, for yourself to be playing music. So I think if we get a song from you, and then whilst you're playing that, if anyone's got any questions for Jon, then get them in the comments, and I'm sure he'll be happy to answer them during the next little stint. All right, man. I'm going to hand you over to everybody.
All right, cheers. All right, this is a song off my EP. It's called Past the Burden. I've heard this 10,000 times, but no, nothing more. Frustrated to the core. You're fucked if you do or you don't. God damn it all. And then hold the cards now, and I'll wait the call, and they'll pass the burden through it all. Sam's on the line now, and Carl's been ignored. Now that I'm stuck on repeat, that old familiar score, that old familiar score. And they hold the cards now, and I'll wait the call, and they'll pass the burden through it all. You're up, then you fall. You're up, then you fall. You're up, then you fall. You're up, then you. The lines have been blurred. what's left of before. There is no end in sight. The duty is yours.
That sounds ace, mate. Sounds so good.
Cheers, man.
Are you using anything? Are you using a stomp box at the moment as well?
There's an engineered cajon with a kick drum pedal attached to it,
Cool.
and everything else on top of it for a bit of rhythm.
Very good, man. Honestly, mate. Great sound. Like whatever you've done to the guitar tone, it sounds wicked. Like it sounds really. Like what you were playing open tunings at the moment.
Yeah, this is D A D F sharp A E.
Sweet.
So it's like D major, is it? Something like that.
I wouldn't know. I barely even know standard.
I'm just winging it, mate.
But no, it sounds really nice, man. Bit of delay on the guitar and everything, and reverb sounds wicked.
I'm just hoping this jack socket doesn't fall out. It's like right at the edge. We're right so
it
far,
seems
so
to be holding out. Yeah, man. It's just if you start. I don't know if you're going to do the one where you tap and with it on the
yeah.
lap. That's probably when it's likely to
Yeah.
go a bit. But I won't jinx it. I might have
Nope.
just jinxed it, but we don't know. Who knows? Okay, cool. We had a question from Michael Cope saying, "Great tone onto the guitar and loving your voice. Who and what has been your main musical influence to your music?"
Oh, cheers, Michael. Quite a lot, really. When I first started writing songs and started out, there was a lot of I was into Ben Howard a lot. So there was a
You
lot
can
of
hear that definitely.
Yeah, and then sort of Bon Iver is probably sort of my go-to artist. As probably something that I listen to pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Anything that Justin Vernon does, I'm a big fan of. But yeah, all sorts really. I don't think I have any one particular influence that drives what I do. It's just sort of what I'm into at the time, or something like that. Yeah.
Does that shape the bulk of the music? That sort of Bon Iver, Ben Howard, sort of. It's not really ambient music, is it? It's just sort of tasteful, kind of like lots going on, lots of rhythm and lots of stuff like that. Does that shape the bulk of the song, and then you could sort of build the vocal on top? Because what I noticed then is you do like a slide with your vocal, and then da 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 da. So you did it with the same riff on the guitar. So did the riff come first, or did the vocal melody come first?
Yeah, it's always the music really. I think with me. But yeah, that was just something that I came up with, and then it just seemed, because it's quite a leading melody anyway. I think if I tried to sing anything else that wasn't that melody on top of it, it could be a bit sort of messy. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just sort of followed that lead, and then went from one range to the other, try and give it a bit more dynamics, and back again.
Yeah, it's I really liked the melody of that song. It sounded really solid, and the lyrical content as well is wicked.
Yeah, well, it was written. I had my camper van crashed into last summer, and I was in a studio in Blackburn. I'd locked myself away in a studio on probably what was the hottest week of the year. Locked myself in there, and I was trying to get through to these insurance companies. So while I was waiting for a call back, I wrote that song there. So there's a couple of operative names in there, bit of swearing, bit of emotion. But, yeah, that was hard work. But that's where the song came from.
It'd be funny if one day that becomes the hold music for for something like that. Later down the line, someone's listening to it and hears the name on hold, something like that. That'd be funny. So what when it comes to performing these songs, do you have a vision for, like for instance, when I hear Bon Iver on record, I don't see it as like, I don't hear it as this big arena sounding thing. It's so beautiful, and it's almost like sync music. Do you know what I mean? It's like it just takes you somewhere else, but it works so well for arenas and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, it does, yeah. I mean, I've seen him a few times.
Incredible.
I was supposed to see him at the end of April, and that was obviously that was cut short. But yeah, like, when we seen him live, it's funny how it's quite a delicate song normally on record can be portrayed and played with a band live. You know, sometimes a 10-piece band or 13-piece band,
Yeah.
and it's just massive.
I just like, so is that the vision? Is like, do you see these for like small intimate shows, you know, or have you got like what's the word, you know, like a bucket list thing that you'd like to do, you know, like to take, you know, obviously the sky's the limit with your music anyways, but like for me, like I'd be really happy to play like theatres and stuff like that, and you know, academies. That's where I sort of see my vision as far as it goes, really. But like, I just find it really interesting when you hear Bon Iver, you don't hear that arena, you hear smaller venues, that kind of stuff. So is that your, have you crafted those songs to take it to as far as your influences like Bon Iver and Ben Howard, or have you crafted it for like smaller intimate venues, that kind of thing?
Well, it's a bit, yeah, it's a good question. I haven't really crafted it to a specific outcome at the end. It's been one of those that's been built up. You know, obviously the initial idea is quite small, but yeah, I suppose it's quite nice having the dynamics to be able to play a really small intimate venue. Like I've done one before, up halfway up a mountain up Skiddaw, where there's only about 20 people there. You know, you're all in this room. There's no mobile signals, nothing for miles, and that's absolutely lovely. Those are one of the favourite gigs that I do. But I've also played in bands at festivals and things like that, where it's changed the dynamics up completely. So it's nice having that sort of dynamic range and ability to sort of do that, play something big or play it quite small and stripped back and intimate.
I think what's cool as well is obviously you're quite multi-talented and you've got like the percussion and all that sort of stuff, and you've got lots of things going on just with yourself performing it. But if you were to take it to a bigger environment, then you're likely to just solely focus on either vocal or guitar, and then have like the percussion performed by others and that kind of stuff. So you could essentially like, at the moment you are essentially a one-man band, but you could extend that to, you know, session players and friends and other performers and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I had a couple of festivals in this year. One in particular was Kendall Calling, which we were looking forward to, which obviously isn't happening now.
Yeah, man.
But I had ideas for that, although they weren't sort of in fruition yet. I had ideas that were going to, you know, that incorporated a full band and, you know, 4 or 5 people playing different percussive parts, but not so much to take away from the percussive aspect of what I'm doing.
Oh, right, so you'd still continue to do that? You'd still do the normal... Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it makes for an interesting show, seeing how much you actually play. And we were talking about this before we went live. It'd be definitely worth your while to get a couple of multicams in there so you can dot around and actually see what you're doing, you know. But it's still, you know, sonically, it's absolutely incredible to hear how much is going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's nice to be able to play with different sounds, and that's what happened when our old band that I was in had finished, and then I went solo, like full time. I went and got a loop pedal and things like that to try and keep things a bit more interesting. Keep me on my toes, if you know what I mean.
How long did it take you to get to grips with the loop pedal? Because I'm still really early days with it. I've just got one during lockdown, you see.
Right.
And it's okay. Sometimes it's worse when you loop something wrong. That's what's the most annoying thing for me.
Yeah, I did get a loop pedal quite a few years ago, and then I went against it. Same with a couple of pedals. I tried different pedals out because I found I probably didn't practice it enough, like, ultimately. But I found that when I was going to gigs, I wasn't allowing myself to get into the song and play the song as it should be played, because I was thinking too much about if I cock up with this pedal, or if I do this wrong or do that wrong. So I sort of stopped it for a bit. But yeah, like I say, when I went solo properly, I gave it the time it needed, really. So it's just practice, and yeah, hopefully it should be fairly smooth after that.
Yeah.
It's like like trying to get it down to second nature, isn't it? So you don't want to have to think about what you're doing down here too much.
No. Yeah, it's still really early doors for me. That's all, like, because I'm thinking about whether I'm hitting it at the right point or I'm stopping it at the right point or whatever it might be. Sometimes it could depend whether I actually am able to play the riff by the time that the loop comes round, and then because I'm nervous for playing, nervous about tapping the pedal at the wrong time or whatever it might be, effed up the riff,
Yeah.
and then it loops that
Once
effed up one.
something will click though, like if you know what I mean. The more you
Mm.
practice it, something will be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
right. You know, I get it now. If you
yeah,
just
yeah.
sort of allow yourself a little bit more space.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely. I feel like it's ups and downs. There are moments where I'm like, I know exactly what I'm doing, and then the other times I'm like, I have not the
that's it in a
slightest
nutshell,
bit.
isn't it?
Yeah,
It's our
yeah,
career.
absolutely. Yeah, basically, yeah. So let's have a look at some more questions. From Imi, she said, "John, loving your voice and your guitar
Cheers.
playing. Growing up, did you know that you wanted to go into the music industry?"
No, thanks, Amy. Not at all. I think I wanted to be an RAF pilot when I was growing up.
Close.
Yeah.
You're almost there.
But I didn't get into music till I was 15. I was a bit of a late
Oh,
bloomer.
really?
Yeah.
Right.
But I started out as a drummer. I was drumming up at sort of school bands in year 10 and 11. And then even then, I can remember going to a careers counsellor in year 10 and saying, I wouldn't mind being a musician. And it was just sort of like shunned off or like laughed upon sort of thing. It was,
Yeah. Look at
no,
you now.
go to sixth form. Go to sixth form. It'll, you know, and I did that. Went to sixth form again. I was biding my time. I didn't really know what I was doing. Then I went to Kendall College to study music, and then sort of took it on from there. Really.
That's cool. So no aspirations to become a pilot anymore?
No, I might do. It depends how I feel.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Fly to
31
your
years
next
old.
gig. Yeah. Cool. Great. I think that's cool. I think I find it strange. I've always found it a little strange that they shun off like music, and as if it's like this really
Considering it's
difficult thing to break. Because I think because in the public eye, you know, you think that the only medium is pop, the pop culture side, but you can make a steady living and a good income by doing, you know, without being massively in the public eye and all that
Well,
sort of stuff.
it's one of the biggest industries in the world. You know, it's
Yeah.
like whether you're you're working on a stage or you're a lighting engineer or sound
Yeah.
engineer. You know, it's massive. Marketing engineer,
Yeah.
A&R agent,
Producer,
yeah,
booking
loads you can
agent,
do.
yeah, absolutely.
So I think it was just like where I'm from in Barrow, it's quite a small town mentality. So you know, it's not really seen. It's a bit different now. I
Yeah, I
remember
can imagine
when I
it's
did
slightly
start
different.
playing. We were the first school band for quite a few
Yeah.
years.
Mm.
So
I can
so,
imagine now people are turning up to their you know, what business meetings or whatever it is, you know, to speak to their business advisors at school and saying, I want to be a TikToker or something like that. And then they're like, you know, there's no chance you're going to make it. You'd be better off being a musician.
yeah, get a steady job.
Yeah, get a steady job like those musicians. Right, should we get another song from you, man? Is your guitar working?
Yeah, I was just having a play about. Then it did lose it, but I think
We got it back. Do you want me to mute you? Give me the thumbs up when you're ready, and I'll. So if you have got any more questions for John, then please get them in the comments. And also, if you're new here as well, please consider subscribing. I told you what happened. I'd lost subscribers rather than gained subscribers the other day, and I think it's because I probably said that. Anyways, it is what it is. I'm grateful for everyone that's already subscribed. Yeah, if you've yet to subscribe, smash that subscribe button. Oh, that's not cool, is it? That's proper YouTuber kind of thing to say, innit? And also, if you've not hit the like button, then that'd be nice as well. I've noticed that seems to be creeping up every show, which is really cool. As you can tell right now, I'm just filling dead air whilst. Yes, he's back.
All right.
Right, let's do it.
All
I'm going to make you full screen, man.
Thanks, mate. Sorry, man. Bear with me a sec.
if it does that, I muted you. Sorry. If it does that again, do you want me to give you a heads up? I nearly said something because obviously it was just kind of farting, and I didn't want to interrupt your song, but at the same time, we want the best quality sound. This is the problem, kids. The guitars aren't designed to be hit. This is what happens. Your jack cable breaks inside the guitar, and yeah. Keep saying it, Matt. Hit the thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. I wonder if I've gained a subscriber. Right, okay, we're going to go right into it.
Apologies. Let's try this. Show Avicii, I was cool. When I finally got sober, felt 10 years over, but fuck it, it was something to do. I'm living out in LA. I drive a sports car just to prove that I'm a real big baller, cause I made $1 million and I spent it on girls and shoes. You don't wanna be high like me, never really knowing why you like me. You don't ever wanna step off the roller coaster, be all alone. You don't wanna ride the bus like this, never knowing who to trust like this. You don't wanna be stuck up on that stage singing, stuck up on that stage singing. No, I know sad songs, sad songs. No, I know sad songs. Shot. I get along with old times cause my name's a reminder of a pop song that people forgot. I can't keep it down, no, cause as soon as the sun comes up, I cut them all loose and work's my excuse, but the truth is I can't open up. You don't wanna be high like me, never really knowing why you like me. You don't ever wanna step off the roller coaster, be all alone. You don't wanna ride the bus like this, never knowing who to trust like this. You don't wanna be stuck up on that stage singing, stuck up on that stage singing. No, I know sad songs, sad songs. No, I know sad songs. I took a plane to my hometown, I brought my pride and my guitar. All my friends are all gone, but there's manicured lawns and the people still think I'm a star. I can't keep glued down. Met some fans down in Lafayette. They said, tell us how to make it, cause we're getting real impatient. So I looked him in the eye and I said, oh, you don't wanna be higher like me, never really knowing why you like me. You don't ever wanna step off the roller coaster, be all alone. You don't wanna ride the bus like this, never knowing who to trust like this. You don't wanna be stuck up on that stage singing, stuck up on that stage singing. No, I know sad songs.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you use a loop station.
Just about.
Wicked. Honestly, mate, that was so sick. Honestly.
Cheers, bud.
It's wicked. There's just so much going on. It just sounds so full. Wicked.
Yeah. It's,
Are you?
hard to keep up.
Do you have an A/B switch to the pad? Is that how you do that?
No,
Or is that plugged into the?
it's all plugged into loop pedal. So it's
Alright.
just it's a Boss RC30 loop station. So it can take two channels, or it can take left and right. But instead of going left and right, I've used them as two individual channels. If that makes
Got ya.
sense. So I've got this, and then obviously you can have whatever samples you want on here going into it. There's also, which I forgot to do, is a loop pedal, a loop pedal, a loop pedal of microphone but forgot pedal of microphone but forgot pedal of microphone but forgot shit of microphone but forgot shit of microphone. Anyway,
I think
hours
you
of
handled
fun.
that really well.
Hours of fun.
Great. That's cool. Honestly, buzzing. I think that song has. We were kind of loosely talking about it before we went live. I've always really liked that song, anyways. Even when it first came out as the dance remix or the dance original or whatever it may have been.
Yeah, by Avicii.
Yeah. I thought it was a banger from the word go. Not only I actually quite liked the production of the previous the original, but mainly instantly I latched onto the lyrics. And then you were saying, who was it that did the softer version, the acoustic version? Was it Avicii? How did you hear that version?
It's Mike Posner that
yeah.
wrote it, who features in the actual track that
Yeah.
Avicii got hold of.
Yeah,
And he was friends
'cause-
with Avicii, and this is there's a clip on YouTube that I watched that sort of inspired me to play it, and then and it took on a whole new meaning for me because it's 30 seconds sort of into the song before he starts. He explains what it's about, which I think is quite nice. I should probably do it more often myself. It's quite nice to get the backgrounds of a song before someone sings it, and then you can relate to it. But no, he spent about 30 seconds explaining it, and he was friends with Avicii, who killed himself, and which I think is quite sort of hits home a little bit for him. Yeah, and it's just a lot more heartfelt than the dance track when I listened to.
Of course,
obviously the known version, but yeah.
Did he do it in a similar vein as you, or have you taken it and done it?
Oh no, he just I think because I think he played in standard tuning, so I've changed this quite a bit in terms of chord structure to have the open tuning, because I think it's quite funny sometimes if you've got a cover to do. It's quite nice to try and figure it out in a completely different tuning. So then it sort of forcibly makes itself indifferent from the original.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
A really good shout.
So I did that with this, and then it's obviously a lot harder doing it because you can just go on the internet and look at what chords they are and go from there. But yeah.
Do you not find that because it is so far removed from the original, and obviously there are only so many chords in the world anyways, that technically you've just written another song and then sang someone else's lyrics over the top of it, and you could have used that for your own song? Do you know what I mean? You could have written an absolute banger up. I mean, if that was your own tune without those lyrics.
Yeah, I mean, this is why I obviously, being a songwriter, like writing songs, but it's also good to learn, songs like this, because then I'll sort of like take that away a little bit and then maybe write something in a similar vein. Or with a similar chord structure or something that is completely different, but it did stem originally from somebody else's music, which is where sort of inspiration comes from for a lot of songwriting, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I found that more so now since I've really doubled down on my wedding band. Basically, that was a way for me to had to learn covers, and the way that we built our wedding band was. We played the covers exactly like the song, so it was almost like you were listening to the record kind of thing. Like that's what we prided ourselves on. It wasn't like like a chilled out version of it, which obviously in some weddings and some corporate events it would be more suited to, but like we wanted to play the song as it is for the two reasons. One, because it's a hell of a lot more effort doing what you did, where you basically rewrote the song and turned it into something. And two, we were just like, that in our eyes, we were like, we wanted to focus on something else. But that all said, we found that I've personally found that when you start to learn other people's songs, as you say, you start to pick up little tricks. Whether it's a chord progression or a climb down or a vocal melody or something like that you can kind of twist and turn a little bit to make your own. For when you're later writing. Sorry, mate.
Never been taught anything technically by a tutor as such.
Yeah.
So I've sort of learned through that method of learning other people's songs or figuring out other people's songs, and then you it takes you to a whole new dynamic of chord structures or songs that you might not have done before.
Got you.
And then you sort of transverse that into your own stuff as well.
So you started playing drums at 15, you mentioned, and at what age did you move to guitar, and at what age did you decide that you were going to play the guitar like a drum kit?
So I was 15, started drumming. I tinkled about with the guitar a little bit, and then I went to college and uni to do music. And then it was at the end of the last couple of years when I was doing a degree course in music. I wanted to play guitar or experiment a little bit more with guitar, but the tutors were saying at the time, please don't, because drummers were sort of like a bit sparse then, and I was a lot better at drumming than I was at guitar at the time.
Would you say that's still the case now?
Probably, but I don't play drums as much anymore. I've done a few things where I did a lockdown video a couple of weeks ago where pretty much in this setting that I've got now, I had the cajon as a kick drum, a snare and bits of my old drum kit all sort of plastered together. And then I did, have you seen where they do those multicam things where there was 4 versions of me in a band?
Oh, yeah.
If that makes sense. So I was playing bass on one of them, lead guitar on the other, acoustic on the other, singing on one, and then there was a drummer.
Is that on your Facebook still, or is it
I think that one was on my Facebook. Yeah, we did it in commemoration for a friend of ours who died 3 years ago, a couple of weeks back. So we quite a few of us all got together, musicians, and then put on this show. So I sort of went to town on it, and it's like, because everyone was doing sort of 1 track per song. I was doing about 4 or 5 tracks per one song.
Yeah.
And trying to record them myself. So I'd effectively cloned myself if I could, but I couldn't. So with the wizardry of some camera work,
man,
there was 4 of me.
So was it all real time or pre?
In what sense?
So were you looping and then looping a bit and then moving on to another instrument, or were you doing was some of it pre-recorded or that kind of thing, or?
Yeah, it was all pre-recorded. It's quite cheesy actually. I did each band member was different. If you notice, so different clothes for each band member. The bassist, so the bassist played out in the garden, drummer played here.
That's cool.
Where the guitarist played. The guitarist played at the other edge of the garden. So it's actually, if you watch the video, it looks like it's from different households, but it's not.
That's cool.
Just different sections of the garden.
Different, that's really cool. So we were kind of just talking about the fact that you now hit the guitar. Did you tell me what age you started doing that? Did you get to that point? I can't remember.
No, sorry. I digressed, didn't I?
That's fine. I like that. It's just I need to know. You need to tell me.
So I started about 21, I think it was. So towards the back end of my college days, started playing guitar. Then I started a band called Paper Cranes, and we got a slot to support Ocean Colour Scene, and that sort of forced me into writing my own songs. So I then started to write from that point onwards. Hitting the guitar came quite early on in that sort of Paper Cranes life. I was doing one of Ben Howard's songs actually, called Under the Same Sun, just trying to figure that out. So yeah, I've actually broke a couple of guitars as well doing it, which it wasn't even my guitar either.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, did you stop playing with the drumsticks then and just start using your hands as opposed to
just
smashing holes in it?
Around.
Lump hammers. I will work this out one day. just smashing the hell out.
But it's quite a especially the acoustic guitar. It's quite a percussive instrument. You got lots of, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. You see, when I do it, it just goes, and that's it. It just dies. I hit it, and it just doesn't do what I ask it to do. Have you got some extra pickups on?
Well, yeah, I would do normally, but I've had to switch it out because it wasn't working before. So I do have an LR Bags M1, which you can't hear now. This is going through the system pickup, which is supposed to be really good, but I much prefer the LR Bags. So the first song was with the LR Bags, and we switched over. So now we're just going through this Taylor pickup system.
Got it. Very good.
Yeah.
Right. What I'd like to do, if that's all right with you, is if we run through your final song, so we're not having to rush through that,
yeah.
And then we'll get any final questions from people in the comments, and we'll start to round off the show. But mate, I've thoroughly enjoyed hanging out with you tonight, mate.
Yeah, good catch up.
Yeah, it's really good to see you again and stuff. Anyway, let's have your song, and we'll get any final comments and questions from people.
All right.
Once you've done that.
Will they? Okay, this is my song called Let Me In. Back the man to push him on. Don't tell me that I've got it wrong. Take what you can and from it soon. Believe to reprieve. No, I cannot steal the thoughts you've seen. Totalitarian it seems. Give them back more than you have cleaned. Come on and let them all in. No, these waters they're freezing, darling. No, can feel myself breathing. No, these waters they're freezing. Let me in, let me in, let me in to your sins. Pull out your finger, call upon. Time is the essence, moving on. Fade through those colors, and that is all. But you need to believe. No, lay down your thrills and on and on. I turn up to -21. It's inside the lines is where they're from. Come on and let them all in. No, these waters they're freezing, darling. No, can feel myself breathing. No, these waters they're freezing. Let me in, let me in, let me in to your sins. No, these waters they're freezing, darling. No, can feel myself breathing, breathing. No, these waters they're freezing. Let me in, let me in, let me in to your sins. Let me in, let me in, let me in, not to your sins. Let me in, let me in, let me in, not to your sins. Let me in, let me in, let me in, not to your sins. Let me in, let me in, let me in to your
I don't know what to say, mate, because that is just a piece of art. Honestly, it really is. That must have taken so long to craft that song and come up with the whole concept and the ideas with a lot, everything from the vocal melody, the percussion, the tapping. There's just so much going on. It must have taken so much time.
It's funny. Yeah, it's quite funny that one. I'd had the song or the music aspect of the song or the messing about on the guitar. That was down for a couple of years, and then when I went to start focus on solo material, I started to write to it, and I wrote some lyrics, sort of similar vein to this, and then listened to the melody, and something just wasn't fitting it. Actually, it sort of it was almost going to be binned, the song.
Really?
But I took it back again, and and then rewrote the melody, which is quite difficult when you've already got a melody that you've written.
Yeah,
to try and
it's
think of
a
another
nightmare
melody
doing
and come away from that. So I sort of left it for a little bit, and it was on the back burner for quite a while, and then and then I came back and then did that for the record, for the album.
It's a tune, mate, and that for those that are interested, that's already been added to the Assembly Point playlist from the last time that you played. So I'll be adding another song to the Assembly Point guest playlist on Spotify. So if you've not yet heard it and not yet come across that song, it's definitely something to check out.
Thanks, man. That's good.
But yeah, we've got a few questions, so let's run through them. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So your lyrics in this, your songs are so clever. Oh yeah, sorry. Your lyrics in your songs are so clever. Where do you get your inspiration from?
Lyrically, good question. It sort of depends, really. Like I said, they're all written about something, but it's written quite abstractly, so that people, I guess, can relate their own versions of events, maybe to what those lyrics might mean to them. Like some of it's quite fickle. Like the first song that I did for you tonight was written about being on the phone to some insurance people called Sam and Carl. Yeah, but it's either there'll be a feeling or an emotion or something. It sort of differs really, and then I'll just try and be, sort of, poetic with it where I can.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So do you kind of, you're right. You kind of, it sounds quite heart on your sleeve kind of lyrics. You're not riddled in metaphors and all that kind of like hidden meanings and stuff. So it's a lot. You kind of say what you mean, sort of thing.
Yeah, It's not
cool.
like a narrative in such a way. Like I went to the shop and bought some polos. But yeah.
Although that would make for a good song.
Should we?
Yeah, yeah. That would make for a great song. Yeah.
That'd be a hit.
But yeah, that's cool. Really good, man. I love that. So, do you get inspired by artists such as Jon Dawes?
No, well, sorry, don't mean no.
So blunt.
No,
Nope.
absolutely not. No, it's funny you say that, Steve.
That question was from Jon Dawes.
Love it. No, it's somebody had put me on to Jon Dawes from watching me play. So I started watching his stuff then. But his technical ability in the tapping aspect is sort of way supersedes mine. I'm sort of blagging it to an extent, really. But yeah, it's incredible the way he plays. So I wouldn't even try and attempt, not at this stage anyway, to try and play in the same fashion that he does. But with the tapping, I was put onto him, quite a few years back.
Yeah. That song Passionflower blew up, didn't it? That was the main one for him. He's just re-released that, actually. I think I'm gonna check that out because that's the only. I don't. It's nothing against him as an artist or anything. He's absolutely incredibly talented. Just Passionflower ticked all the boxes for me, and then all of the rest of the songs were the similar vein, but like didn't quite capture the moment for me.
Yeah, I think there's only, not in a bad way, obviously. Everyone's got their own opinion, but I think for me, listening to a full album of that, it's not enough for me.
Yeah.
Like
No, I quite agree.
Like lyrics and vocal melodies and other things that are going on. Amazing what he's doing. I'm sure a lot of people think the same about my music, but it's nice to do that, and it's great to appreciate it. It's good to watch, but it's probably not something that I would stick on and listen to. sort of throughout
Well,
the day.
I went to see him live actually, and
Nice.
he was first half of the set. You're like, this is just incredible, and then I was just waiting for Passionflower towards the end. You know, I was just like, come on, play it, man. But
Yeah.
you can't deny his talent. By no means are we
Incredible.
bitching about him. You know,
No, no, no.
John, if you're
Definitely not.
watching, mate, we love you really, but
I'm sure he is watching.
of course he is.
So's John.
But yeah, let's have a look, see if there's anything else. There was one about drumming. Have you seen that film with the drummer? What's that called? Where did it come? Do you know that one with the? I can't remember the question, so I'm trying to find it.
All right.
But
That was the question.
It was kind of the question, but it's just not word for word.
Right.
It's like that. You know the drumming film?
There's a film with a drummer. There's surely not a film about drumming. Surely not.
Well, in that case, then this question needs to be asked because he's recommending a film to you about a drummer.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, where is it? April Steele, sorry. I know you might be a little late to the show, but we've already talked about you, how you've ordered your shirt, and you're the first in the draw, so you are in the running to win all 4 prizes at the moment. So well done. Thank you very much for your support, April. I appreciate it. The film's called Whiplash, by the way.
Whiplash.
Yeah, I couldn't find the question. Yeah, it's a film about drumming. It is actually really good. I think it's a similar thing to, from what I remember, it's a similar kind of thing of like this kid wants to be a drummer but doesn't really want to be a drummer, and the teachers are like, if you're going to be a drummer, you've got to be absolutely exceptional, and they're like pushing him to the absolute limit, and he'll be playing like these intricate timings and all this sort of crazy stuff. Ooh, I can hear myself back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I think I'm coming through your speakers as well.
Ah, one sec.
Hello? Is that my voice? Oh my god. I'm going to do the cleanup. Right, anyways. It's all right, man. We're wrapping up anyway, so I won't worry about it too much. The film is called Whiplash. It's been recommended to you. You should definitely watch that. Hey, my voice has gone. God, how do you guys watch and listen to me? That was horrible. But yeah, it's called Whiplash. You should check it out. It's about a drummer. It's pretty intense. It's a good film.
Yeah, I'll check that out tonight. Nice one.
But yeah, thank you, John, mate. You've killed it tonight.
Thank you for
really
having me,
thoroughly enjoyed having you and hearing your music again. And you know, you're as was said in the comments, you're a very humble and down to earth guy, and very easy to talk to and come across great. So thanks again for entertaining us all. Yeah, man. Any final words? Anything you want to sign off with?
No, I think that's it. It's been an absolute pleasure. Cheers, Matt, and thanks for everyone that's tuned in. I've got some music on Spotify and things. I've got some CDs if people still like CDs. Yeah, and there's some links there.
Sweet.
But no, thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
We'll be tuning in to any of your live streams. You know, in the near future. Hopefully, you'll be back at that real soon, and
yeah,
we'll get to see more of you performing. Nice one, John. You take care of yourself, man. Thank you
Cheers,
so much
Matt.
for taking the time out. Cheers, dude. Bye. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in yet again. I'm blown away by the constant support. I'm really grateful for it. Once again, if you get a chance to check out John's socials, they're on screen right now. What else? That's it, really. He'll be added to the Spotify playlist. I'll be updating the Spotify playlist. When am I doing that? Tomorrow. I'll be updating it with all the acts from last week, and I'll do this week's as well. So there'll be an updated version of Assembly Point guests on Spotify rather. What else? I think that's it. If you're new here, consider subscribing. If you've already subscribed, thank you very much for the support. And also, I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Cheers.